Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, heard Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on PSA.com and the PSA Facebook page. The Great American Collectibles Show is brought to you by PSA and the National Sports Collectors Convention. Tonight's headlines are brought to you by Sports Collectors Daily. For all of your hobby news, features, and more, visit sportscollectorsdaily.com. And now, your hosts, Tom Zappala and Rico Petrocelli.
Rico P, baby, how are you?
Hi.
Why do you start? Can't you?
I just feel like the Rain Man. Go
why,
ahead.
Why is that? Because you can't see yourself?
Yeah, that's part of the reason.
Hey, listen. Welcome to the, I was going to say the Sicilian Corner. Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show.
Oh, it's nice to be here.
Tom Zapp with Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Parinelli. Is it, how do you pronounce
Pepperoni.
that? Pepperoni. Rico Pepperoni.
Yeah, with cheese.
Hey, Rick, I got to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Somebody posted on one of the Red Sox Legends Facebook page. I think I sent it to you. Man.
What?
Did
they post?
They had a picture of you on Red Sox Legends Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
You would not believe how many comments you got with your fan base in Boston still after all these years. There were some really nice things said. I mean, there were like several hundred comments. Rico's the best. We love Rico.
Oh, yeah, of course.
As God be my judge.
Oh, all right, sure.
So congrats. All right, listen.
Well, thank you.
We got a good show today. We've got Mike Provenzale from Heritage is going to be joining us shortly. Actually, you know something? Let's bring in Prov right now. Let's bring in Prov and then I'll do the headlines. Hi, Michael.
How you doing?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Well,
there you go.
Thanks for being halved. We're glad you're here.
Oh,
beard looks. Petrocelli promised me he's going to grow a beard, Mike.
6 months later, we'll see it.
Goatee.
At least 6.
A little goatee. All right, listen. Before we get to Michael, our headline from our good friends at sportscollectorsdaily.com, Joe Orlando joins Collectible. Joe Orlando, who stepped down from his post as CEO of Collectors Universe last summer, will become an executive with the fractional shares platform Collectible. Orlando spent 22 years with the Collectors Universe, and then Collectible launched as sort of every fan's investment platform for sports cards and memorabilia in 2020, offering low-cost shares to buyers via an IPO. The company also offers stock market-like daily trading. Several items offered via the platform have been sold through offers from private buyers, resulting in profits for shareholders. Quote, Collectibles has quickly established itself as the leading fractional platform in the sports collectibles industry, Orlando stated. While their results speak for themselves, this is just the beginning. The hobby is evolving quickly with a large number of new participants and innovations. Collectible is in a leading position to facilitate growth for the market by serving as a crucial first entry point for many new to the hobby, while also providing additional and alternative opportunities for long-time investors and collectors. You can read the entire article by going to our good friend Rich Muller at sportscollectorsdaily.com. Get the hobby news 24/7 at sportscollectorsdaily.com. Prov, what are your thoughts about Joe O and Collectible?
Great hire. One of the most knowledgeable people in the industry and one of the nicest and well-liked and well-respected. You can't find anyone who doesn't like him. So that is a great hire. And if he's the position it sounds like he's going to be in, dealing with people, educating people out front, that's a great role for him.
Prov, before we get into some of the mind-boggling things that you guys have done in the last week or two, we were talking before the show about this fractional buying thing. And I said, Rico has investments. I have investments. We have financial advisors.
Let's get into your portfolios right now.
Well, we don't want to do that. But point being is that you're always, my advisor will call up Ellen and I and say, hey, look, I'm moving this from here to here, or you may want to pick up a few shares of this. In fractional buying, I think that's the only thing that's missing. Why don't these fractional buying companies like Collectible have an advisor for collectors?
And I
Good point.
just before, could you just go over in plain English what that is? What does it do? You could have 5 people buy, a bunch of people buy.
Exactly. Why don't you tell us, what's your take on it, Mike, how it works?
So it's kind of like the stock market, that you're buying pieces of an item. The platform, or whichever one it may be, purchases or acquires an item, and then they sell shares in it, and people can buy a piece of it. So it's a cool concept that, not everyone can afford a Mickey Mantle game worn jersey, but you can, if you think that's a good investment, which obviously it is, you can get a piece of it up to whatever your disposable income is, or whatever you want to invest.
And then, Rick, once you buy into it, no, seriously, once you buy a share, or 5 shares or 20 shares, however, then what you can do on this site is you actually can monitor, just like the stock market, the direction that the item or the card is going in. Is it going up? Is it going down? And you can liquidate at any time. If it goes up 15%, you can sell your share. Yeah, you can sell your shares, just like the stock market. Then the other thing is this: if someone comes in, let's say there's a $50,000 1933 Gaudi Babe Ruth. The value of the card is $50,000. They've sold all the shares, but somebody comes in and offers $60,000 for the card to buy. Then the company goes back to the shareholders and says, "Okay, guys, we can sell this card for $60,000. You guys have to vote." If they sell it, then they split the assets according to how much you have invested. So it's actually a pretty cool concept.
Well, have these type companies been around before?
Last couple of years, Pro.
Pretty recent. I mean, I think a lot of them started 4 or 5 years ago, but in this boom in the last 2 years, it's become very popular and profitable.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, you guys shattered. I don't want to say broke. You shattered a couple of records in the last couple of weeks. Amazing. Talk about the Mantle jersey.
That's one of the coolest pieces we've had the opportunity to handle. It was the 3rd time we sold it, and every time a little bit more information has come out about it. The last time we had found out he wore it in his when he hit his penultimate home run, and the guy who purchased it since then found out he was able to match it to his final game as a Yankee, his last at bat. So it ended up selling for $2.1 million. A great sign of how technology and information have advanced, and how that can affect top tier items like that.
Prov, here's a little backstory.
Go ahead. You say it.
I'll say it.
Go ahead.
Guess at that, when he had that jersey on and his last at bat, he hit a pop-up. Guess who caught it?
Rico caught it. That was in our description as well. It leapt off the page at me, in fact. Did you hold on to that ball?
No,
this is good news. Look, tell the guy who bought it that I'll sign it for $50,000. Isn't that reasonable?
No, but Rico,
you're kidding me.
Rick, think about the ball. If you had the ball and hadn't flipped it onto the pitcher's mound,
who the hell knew? Who knew?
Pro, what would that
story of my life?
We're going to ask the pro here, the pro. The last ball ever hit by Mantle, Petrocelli catches it. What would that ball be worth today?
Well, the last jersey was 2.1, but this one you're bringing Rico into it, so I'm going to say 2.5 million, probably easy. 2.5 million, you just toss back to the pitcher right there.
Hold it. Give me.
You did that.
Honey, give me smelling salts fast.
Rico, you did it twice. You did it with his ball. You did it with Longborg when you caught the pop up for the 67. Right?
Oh yeah, that's good. Thanks for reminding me. That's really good memories.
All right, so Pro,
well, what the hell?
You sold the Mantle for 2.5. Now tell us about the tickets.
So that's been a surging part of the industry, and huge sale for tickets this weekend. We set over 30 records for ticket prices. And of course, the biggest one was the overall record, the most ever paid for a ticket, $480,000 for the Jackie debut ticket. That, as you said, shattered the record, which was $260,000. And a great piece, that is American history right there. That could be in the Smithsonian. So a huge item. And then right behind it, at 468,000 was the only known full ticket from Michael Jordan's debut.
It's funny because I paid $49.95 for the Petrocelli debut ticket from 1964.
Did you get a rebate?
That's going up in value. That's going up in value for sure.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What's going on down the road? What do you guys
exciting.
have coming up? You always have something going on.
So we have our March showcase auctions launching tomorrow, over 1,100 items, everything you could want. And we're finishing up our May catalog auction that's going to be launching in April. And then we've got the platinum auction this summer at the National. So we're taking in consignments, and always plenty to bid on whatever level you bid at, whether you like $2 million jerseys or you're looking for the $300 card to complete your set. We've got all that at ha.com.
Did you say at the National? You're going to do something at the National? You're having an auction there? Live?
We're not having a live auction, but our platinum auction, every item in the auction will be on display at the National. So
nice.
We always go all out. We're really looking forward to it again, back in Atlantic City. That's a fun city to have.
Yeah, I'm thinking of going there, but I'm not.
Rico, we're gonna get Mo and Larry up with us. Provenzale and Derek Grady. We're gonna get them up on stage with us for the show.
Yeah, and then we'll hit the
Mike,
craps tables afterwards, right, guys?
He's got a lot of nerve. You know what I'm calling anybody? Mo, Larry. Take your hat off, Curly.
All right, Michael, we love you. And
yeah, Mike, take care.
Say hi to Grady. Mike Provenzale.
Pleasure always, guys. Have a good one.
Heritage Auctions. Rico, Mike's a good guy, huh? Provenzale, what a nice kid.
Terrific guy.
Nice
really
kid.
Is.
Really is.
Got a good sense of humor. He actually laughs at our jokes.
I know he does. Another guy that laughs at our jokes, by the way, we're going to bring in right now. Friend, Jordan Gilroy from Lelands. Jordan, how are you, brother?
Hey, Jordan.
Good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. How are things in beautiful Pennsylvania?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, same thing.
33 degrees. Could be better.
Oh, wow. Heat wave.
That is just not too good. Rico, what's the temp there? We got 80 over here.
I got 86.
Do you really? Wow.
Too much.
Well, Jordan, thanks for joining us. First of all, how's Hef doing?
Great. Yeah, on the road as usual.
Did you happen to see the image? Oh, you saw the images, right? From the book, the new book. Did they come out?
Yeah.
They really came out cool.
They're awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah. Chrissy Good from PSA did the photography. She did a bang up job. We are so pleased. Ellen and I were talking about it. I think that these photos for this book are the best we've ever had in any one of the books that we've produced. So very, very, very pleased.
Amazing.
All right, listen, by the way, our giveaway today, we have an On Deck with Rico Petrocelli, and we have our regular giveaway, and we have 2 autographed Rico Petrocelli, beautiful 8.5 by 11. Rico, you are one handsome dude, man. I got to tell you.
Well, I took that 2 weeks ago down in Florida.
You really were good looking, nice looking guy.
I get you. I can get you more of those pictures. I mean,
well, that'd be nice. And we're going to be pulling out of the Staten Island Joe Marino cheap bag later on for our winners. But let's get to Jordan. Jordan, you're going to hang with us for a while. We're going to talk for a few minutes, then take a break, and then you'll be back with us. But tell us about the Brady ticket and the football right out of the gate on your auction.
Yeah, lots 1 and 2. I mean, everyone knows we sold the first touchdown ball in June, but now we have the the last touchdown one. And it's just, I can't believe that someone in the public even had it. And the fact that they're selling it now is really smart. And I hope Brady stays retired for the buyer's sake. But I mean, it'd be nice to see him play again. But no, the card is awesome too. It's a PSA 8. It is the second PSA champ ticket of Brady to come out in the last year. And, the brand is speaking for itself. It's over $1 million already.
Unbelievable. Rico, you watched the Tampa Bay game when Antonio Brown had that little meltdown?
Yes.
So that's number 3 on our bullet list. Tell us about the Antonio Brown shirt that you guys got, along with the glove and what else? Something else you got, his jock strap or something.
Yeah, I wish. So we actually sold one of the gloves that he threw into the stands in one of our pop-up auctions about a month ago. Sold for just under $17,000. So then the person who caught the other glove was like, "All right, can you sell mine too?" And now we have it in the auction right now, alongside the shirt. And it's so funny. The person that consigned the shirt sent us a photo of a selfie that he took with the shirt in his seat, saying like, "I caught Antonio Brown shirt. Oh my gosh!" So now whoever bought the first glove could complete the trifecta if they really wanted to.
Can I say something? May I make a comment? I'll make a comment. Antonio Brown now leaves the ball team, the team, does his shirts, and he's had problems all his life. I mean, I wish him the best for that with all of that.
He has.
What makes the person want to buy his shirt? A guy that's had, I mean, what he's done is really, if you will, the only word treason is the word for on his team. He left the team. Okay. He didn't give a crap about the team winning or anything else. He cared only about himself. All right. He could have gone to the coach afterwards and have it out with him, whatever he wanted to say. Okay. But what he did in front of everybody, that embarrassed the organization. But I would think it embarrassed him. So, but my point is, why would a person want to buy this? Let's say it's negative. Okay. Just because there's what was done.
It's the infamy of the item, isn't it, Jordan?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's kind of bragging rights in a way, because you see it on TV and it's like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
this historical item. And there are some people out there that love Antonio Brown still. So there's some people that love what he did, and yeah, I guess there are two sides to it. Like, I agree with what you're saying, but there could be huge Antonio Brown fans out there that might agree with what he did, and they want the items, or they think it's going to go up in value over the next 5-10 years, and they want to buy it now. I think that it might not be remembered for 10-20 years, like that big of a historical moment, but right now it's big news.
And, Rico, not only that, but it would be like when you took Pepitone's wig and threw it into the stands. Now,
if I would have known,
right, you throw it into the stands. Some guy catches it, and guess what? It becomes a really valuable piece of memorabilia. Instead, what did you do? You put it back on his head.
Well, I had to.
Was a mistake.
The glue hadn't dried yet. But, no, but
go ahead.
No, I get it. I get it. I just wanted to say, wasn't there a bat that was it?
Johnny Roseboro.
Well, Ripken. Ripken had a bat, and on the handle, we put our numbers.
Oh,
it was a swear word. And that would. Somebody bought it for a pretty good price, and because it's different and you don't see it. I get it. Okay.
No, and unfortunately, you're right, and that's just the way it all works.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Jordan, we were talking to Mike Provenzale. I want to get your take on the whole concept of fractional buying, and then we're going to get into obviously some of the cool stuff you guys are doing. So, do you get involved with that at all?
Not so much. No, we kind of stay in our lane, stick to auctions, and maybe in the future, but not right now. No.
Because we were just talking about it, how at first the concept for me personally, I couldn't wrap my arms around it, but after reading about it, obviously when Joe took the job, I dug in and I said, look, I really want to learn about this stuff, and for an average collector, it could actually be a beneficial thing, for that guy that can't spend, $500,000 on an item. So I think that it is going to have its benefits for, the common hobbyist working guy.
And that's their business. That's their whole business, right, Jordan? I mean, you guys, if you went into it, you'd have, it would be a department, let's say, of your company.
Good point. Yeah.
So, anyway,
I wanted to ask you about the influx of modern cards, Jordan. I mean, it's like amazing how many modern cards are being graded versus vintage. Are you guys seeing a lot of that?
Yeah, and we did a lot of vintage up until like 2 years ago, and we still are, but now modern is taking over. There are just so many case breaks and people trying to liquidate and take advantage of this market that there's just so much supply, but luckily the demand surpasses it by far.
Good. We're chatting with Jordan Gilroy from Lelands. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we want to talk about the auction. I want to talk about those Brown brother photos too. Those are really, really cool. Hang in there. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Let's go! Batter up!
Hi, everyone. This is Rico Petrocelli. JustCollect.com, a leader in the vintage sports card industry, is giving free appraisals on your vintage cards. They'll evaluate your collection for free and let you know the value of it at no cost and no obligation. If you're ready to sell, JustCollect.com will offer you industry-leading prices to buy your card collection. To begin your free baseball card appraisal, visit JustCollect.com or call them at 732-828-2261. That's JustCollect.com for your free vintage card appraisals and top buy prices for your cards. Check out JustCollect.com today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Now on deck with Rico Provenzale. Rico Provenzale. Hi, my name is Chloe. Time for On Deck with Rico Provenzale.
Okay, it is time for our On Deck segment with our man Rico, brought to you by our good friend Brian Dwyer and the great staff at REA Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to robertedwardauctions.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary service. All right, Rick, this week's question was submitted by a gentleman whose name is Joel Wald for this signed Rico Petrocelli picture. And this is actually kind of a cool question.
Oh, really?
Rico, Rico,
Yeah,
did signing autographs when you played become a chore before and after games? And also, how much time did you spend signing autographs before and after games?
Well, when we went out to the parking lot where we parked our cars, there were people, kids and people all over, trying to get autographs. And so in all honesty, I couldn't stand them. I hated their guts.
Stop it.
I would not give autographs because it was very tough to get my fingers through those little, hurricane fences or little squares or whatever, to get them and sign. So I said, the hell with yous all. I said, I'm not signing another thing, and that's it. Okay?
No, I don't believe that for one iota.
Of course not. No, of course not. No, I signed. I didn't mind to sign, but a bunch of us would stay 20 minutes or so. Couldn't get everybody, but it really is a lot of people there. But we enjoyed it, and the fans were great. The Boston fans really, they're terrific fans.
So, like when you're signing autographs, I know at Fenway it's easy going into the dugout. There's always kids hanging out there by the stands, and you're signing. Does management finally come out and say, "Okay, guys, you got to bring it in now"? Or did you ever get the word from management when you were signing?
Well, it was the guys who were what do you call them? Security guys would come in with a whip, hit the kids over the head, knock them out, and take them out of there. So we didn't have to worry about that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So just one last question. We're going to get back to Jordan.
Oh, sure.
Off the top of your head, was there ever like a really weird place you signed an autograph, an item that was like really, that sticks out in your mind?
Well, in the bathroom, in the Red Sox bathroom. Yeah,
Really?
it stunk, man. This was years ago, right after I retired. I went to a game, went to the bathroom, and it was terrible. A guy says, "Hey, Rico, yeah, can I have your autograph?" And say, "Where?" I said, "Where?" He says, "Oh, I got a piece of paper." Yeah, okay. So I signed it. And
In the restroom at Fenway Park.
yeah, it's like, it's like big.
Very
freaking
funny.
thing.
Very funny. All right. So Joel, congratulations. You get the Rico Petrocelli signed 8.5 by whatever.
10.
Whatever, 8.5 by 11.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Hey, Jordan, tell us about the Brown Brothers photos. I found those very intriguing.
Oh yeah. The first time they're actually being shown to the public, we have photos of Einstein, Houdini, a couple beautiful photos of Martin Luther King Jr., Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Ty Cobb. I mean, just so many photos. And a lot of them were certified by PSA, a lot of type 1s, some type 2 and 3s, but real images that you won't find on Google. Like, you can't find a picture of MLK sitting with his family in his living room at his house. You just can't find that stuff.
Very cool.
So
Yeah,
it's
great
just
stuff.
incredible content.
Wow. What about let me ask you about the Packers Super Bowl ring. Somebody on the Packers. What year was that? I mean, who was it?
Bob Schnelker. That was the first. It was Super Bowl I. He was a coach.
Yeah, nice.
I'll tell you what, I remember that game, Rick. You remember that Super
No, I was too young.
No, it was Packers Kansas City, right? Yeah, it was the Packers Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the Packers crushed them.
Wow.
And they beat them. They beat them pretty handily. What's the one single favorite piece, Jordan, that you have handled?
I would probably say Brady's first touchdown ball, because I brought that one in personally. And, when you hold that ball in your hand and then you keep watching all the videos on TV, you're like, wow, that ball, like this was the ball in that video. And it has so much history behind it. And it made it from, that stadium 20 years ago. And now it's in my hands in New Jersey. I mean, there are cards that have sold for a lot more money, but
sure,
it's cardboard with ink. So there's really no historical importance.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm really starting to gravitate towards some of the memorabilia. I mean, I love cards, but there's something there when you're handling a piece of a bat, a football, a baseball. I kind of find that very, very, very cool. Who caught that pass? Does anybody know?
I believe it was Terry Glenn.
Wow.
I want to say.
Wow.
Actually, I think he passed away last
year.
Yeah,
he was killed in a car accident.
Mm.
Yeah. Interesting.
Shame.
Interesting. We're chatting with Jordan Gilroy from Lelands. What about your collection, your personal collection?
I've been consolidating a lot because I have so much FOMO and I had so much stuff and trying to buy and sell and trade all the time while actually doing my job. Like I would wait until after hours to try to do my personal stuff. But now I kind of just wanted to put all my stuff into 1, 2, or 3 things, let it sit there, cure my FOMO, so I don't have to go on eBay 24/7 and try to find the next deal. Now I'm hanging out, I'm chilling.
Good for you, Rick.
Well, it says here that there's Hef's collection. Hefska, is that Hugh Hefner from? No, seriously. Well, I would think he'd have a lot of things. Anyway,
yeah.
What do you?
Crazy
collection.
Yeah, it really. No, tell us about Hef's collection. Does Mike? I mean, I was blown away when I was there. I was just shocked. Tell us about it, because how do you describe his collection?
I mean, saying amazing and incredible just really doesn't do it justice. You see these, you go through an old Leland's catalog or any other catalog, and you look at these insane items that sold 15, 20 years ago, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe someone sold that. That's the kind of stuff he went after. And he didn't show it off. And, if he made an inventory spreadsheet of all his items, your jaws would drop by the first item. And then it just would get better and better and better.
I would say a good portion of Mike Hefner's collection is worthy of the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. Just his bat collection. I don't even know how many hundreds of bats he has, but you're not talking bats signed by Spike Owen. We're talking bats, the who's who of baseball. Same thing with game used jerseys, signed baseballs. But then he had some other really cool stuff like the Brookses, that commemorative gold glove that was given to Brooks Robinson. Just crazy.
But do collectors, Jordan, and both you, Tom, all the stuff that he had, did he work? He must have had to travel, a long distance, go to shows. How did he get all this stuff? It wasn't like, it happened down the street. A collector has got to really travel, no?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And luckily, him and Josh started Leland's in the 80s. And at that time, there was no competition. Josh would tell me stories about how there would be 20 people lined up to go to him because everyone knew that he bought everything.
Yeah.
So they had everyone going to them. And now there's a lot more competition, so it's not as easy. And the prices are insane. It's more of an industry than a hobby. But yeah, he was in from the ground floor, got these amazing items. There weren't 100 people going after it. Prices were not as public as they are now. There were no comparisons. So, you could have bought a Babe Ruth game used bat for $5 or $10,000, and now it costs that much just to authenticate it.
Yeah.
It's funny because the first thing Hef said to us when we went over there for the photo shoot was, I got to tell you, I'm a hoarder. And I said, no, it can't be. And when I walked in, it was like, oh my God, Rico, you like to dabble in music. He must have 25 electric guitars that were owned by guys like Jimi Hendrix or, just amazing, game used electric guitars is what I call them. Just an amazing array. I wanted to ask you about the cards in your auction, Jordan. You got some T3s, T206s, T205s. You have a hell of a nice array of cards. Can you talk about some of those?
Yes, sure. Well, I'll kind of start with like the 30s stuff because we have some insane vintage signed cards. the 33 Gaudi Ruth that's signed, 34 Gaudi Gehrig that's signed, and usually they're just authentic, but they're in pretty good shape. You know, the Gehrig is the highest graded example with a beautiful autograph. The Gehrig, the Ruth is a PSA 3, which is awesome for a signed card.
Absolutely.
But then for T206s and the earlier cards, we do have large like group collections, Hall of Fame lots, singles of guys like Cobb and Walter Johnson and Mathewson. Just a little bit of everything. We like to do the expensive stuff and then also offer the kind of, not dealer lots, but more affordable for the people that don't want to spend 20 grand on one card.
Have the T206 sets cards lost any of their steam, in your opinion?
Oh, no, the complete opposite, actually. I think people are growing and realizing how, rare they are. Sure, there are some, there's a lot of them out there, but they're all over 100 years old. Just the fact that they exist is amazing in itself. And then if you get a card that is a 5 or a 6 and it's 100 years old, that's more impressive than getting an 8 or a 9 for a card you just pulled out of a pack at Target.
I couldn't agree with you more. Same thing with T205s. I mean, T205s, I know they're hard to get in a high grade because of the way they were made, and they're delicate with chipping. But T205s seem to have picked up a head of steam the last year or two also.
T205s are getting so expensive. People are like, all right, what's the next best thing that's going to blow up and become expensive? Let me buy it now when it's not really, out of hand. It's affordable kind of. You can get a Cobb T205 for almost half the price of a T206.
Unbelievable. We are chatting with Jordan Gilroy from Lelands. Hey, Rico, why don't you take a minute to talk about our good friend, James Fiorentino, and some of the wonderful things that he's doing.
I don't wanna. Wait a minute. Let me go.
Please.
James. Well, this is unbelievable.
He's a great kid.
I gotta read
great
this
kid.
for you, folks. I couldn't memorize
kid.
this. So if you want to own a piece of sports history at an affordable price, take a look at the magnificent, highest resolution prints of famed artist James Fiorentino. I'm telling you, folks, you got to see this. It's
Stuff is great.
Check out the link here on the screen, and you'll be amazed at renderings of some of the greats like Clemente, Ruth, Brady, Jordan, Petrocelli, some of the great. No, I'm just kidding. The greatest athletes to ever grace the sports landscape. No kidding. The very affordable limited editions capture every shade of the original work. And yes, they're individually signed by James. Prices for these art gems range between $200 and $400. Oh, give me 5 of them right now.
I know.
And will look spectacular in your office or collectibles room. Typically, a James original sells for 5 figures, but you can purchase one of his affordable reproductions now and cherish it forever. Go to James Fiorentino. That's James, James, Fiorentino, FIORENTINO.com/store and purchase your personal work of art. James Fiorentino, in our opinion, is the greatest sports artist on the planet. He is.
He really is spectacular. Jordan, do you know James?
Not personally, but I've seen his work. Yeah.
I mean, his work is just off the charts. As a matter of fact, I believe the latest cover of PSA magazine was done by James.
Yeah.
Just a wonderful, wonderful artist and just a great, great guy. Jackie Robinson items. You've got quite a few of them.
Yeah, we have. My favorite in the auction is the vintage signed 1950 Bowman. We actually got that from a collection of vintage signed cards, so it's hobby fresh. No one authenticated it before us. We sent it to PSA. They graded it. It's tied for the highest graded one in the entire world. It's sitting at maybe 13 or 14,000, including the premium right now. And it's just such a sharp card to look at. It's the little square cards, perfect autograph. You can't really get much better than that.
You know, Rico, he has some wonderful, wonderful vintage Boston Red Sox items. I mean, amazing. Tell us some of the items from that Boston collection.
Yeah, we have game used jerseys, game used bats. I mean, a little bit of everything. We like to start at, low end, mid end, and high end stuff for everyone. Not just trying to make
Did I see a picture of the 1916 Red Sox that you guys have? I think it was
16. Huh?
I think so.
Yeah, all the way back in 1916.
Yeah, it was Rico's rookie year. Actually, you're in the picture, Rick.
Listen, but I got a question for Jordan. Jordan, in the more modern cars, I think you mentioned that early on the show when you came on, but who's hot? When I say who's hot, who does everybody want? Ohtani, MVP, Trump, who's the
Trump.
real? What did I say, Trump? Trout,
Yeah.
I mean.
Trout. Trump.
Okay, yeah. What, Trump? He was the second baseman for the Orioles.
Freddie Trump.
Yeah, right. Go ahead. Who's hot?
Right now, a lot of people are hot. Actually, basketball is really taking over.
John Morant. Morant is he's off the chart.
Huge. John Morant is every day it seems like people are posting their John Morant cards. It's like so much fun to be involved with him because he was in the middle of Zion for years, and now people are realizing how good he is, and his values are now getting to that level where they should be. But other than him, Brady, Brady's going to be hot 24/7 for the rest of his life, even after he passes. He's just the man.
On baseball, baseball.
Trout, Soto, Jason Dominguez. Who else?
What about Franco? What about
Franco? Yeah,
Franco?
He's up there. All the big rookies. Otani's up there. I said Soto before. Just
the kid from Toronto.
Bichette. Bo Bichette, you mean?
Yeah.
No. Well, not him, but the other kid.
Field.
Vladdy. Yeah.
Vlad's kid.
Vlad, yeah.
Wow, interesting.
And Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt too, yeah.
Young Bobby.
I faced his father, I think. Now,
actually, you may. Oh no, Bobby Witt was after you, Rico, wasn't he?
No, his father was Dim. Yeah.
No, seriously.
Well, I'm serious.
Was it Bobby Witt?
His grandfather, Dim Witt.
Horrible.
It's one of those days. I think I was
horrible. Absolutely horrible.
But
When does your auction end?
Tomorrow.
Next Saturday, March 12th.
When does it end?
It's just silly.
March 12th, next Saturday.
Next Saturday. All right. So it's really 4 days from now because this airs next Wednesday. And your website address?
What's today?
Lelands.com.
Lelands.com.
Great. It's a great company. No,
it really is. You guys have done a great job. All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Rico and I are going to talk about the lockout. Hang in there. We will be right back.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on their tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
With record-breaking sales from everything from the white border T206 Honus Wagner for $3.12 million to some great items that support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, Golden Auctions has set the highest standards for the finest in sports cards, autographs, and game-used memorabilia. We're always accepting consignments of high-end premium sports treasures or entire collections. Please register for our next auction and bid now at goldenauctions.com. That's golden with an I. We at Golden Auctions are committed to providing unsurpassed customer service for the discriminating collector. That's exactly why we're the leader in the industry. Visit goldenauctions.com or call 856-767-8550. Remember, Golden Auctions. We don't just break records, we shatter them.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
Sarah found out camping
What was that?
wasn't her thing. So she eBay forwarded her tent to Tom, who just had to get out of his house. But Tom needed road trip money, so he eBayed the crock pot he never used to Steve, who wanted to turn the heat up on date night. But Steve needed counter space, so he sold his decanter.
Thought it was a vase.
To Sarah, who'd found a new outdoor hobby.
It's, red.
eBay. Sell something and make room for something new.
Well, eBay is the place to go, folks, for all of your memorabilia, sports or non-sports cards, autographs, and much more. Whether it's a gift for that special someone,
Rico,
or
does
you
my
want to
beard look okay?
just add, yeah, well, I got a gift for you, I'll tell you. Just add to your collection. eBay's huge marketplace should be your first stop. And if you sell, now's the time to flip your cards and get some extra cash. I shop on eBay for all my stuff all the time. It's great. That's eBay, connecting buyers and sellers globally.
You know, I bought a lot of stuff on eBay in the last couple of weeks too. A lot of cards, buying some cards, selling some cards, buying, selling, buying.
Yeah,
you know,
but it's whatever
it's
you
fun.
need.
It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Before we have our giveaway, let's talk about our friend Joe Drellick. CSA Shows is proud to present the Chantilly Show being held on April 1st to April 3rd. Held at the Dulles Expo Center in Chantilly, Virginia, just minutes from the Dulles International Airport, celebrating over 25 years At the same location, there'll be over 300 dealer tables exhibiting on over 100,000 square feet of space. With both vintage cards, sports cards, and memorabilia, as well as modern day sports treasures, you're not going to have to look very far for that special card, bat, ball, or autograph. Major auction houses and third-party grading companies will be on site to assist you with your collecting and authentication needs. Some of the greatest players to ever grace the gridiron are scheduled to appear, including NFL Hall of Famers Chris Carter, Jim Kelly, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, along with Super Bowl champion Tony Dorsett, our own Patriots running back Damian Harris, and many, many more. For more information, go to www.csashows.com. That's the Chantilly Show, where you can find all of your sports collectibles treasures. All right, our giveaway, Reek. Hey, this is kind of cool. This is an 8.5 by 11 autographed photo of my paisan, Rico Petrocelli. Rico was about, I would say you were about 25, 26 there, Rick?
Exactly.
Really? Right? Nice picture.
No, it's in Winter Haven.
Ellen, she thinks you are hot. She goes, he was really hot looking. I don't buy that, but whatever.
Women have a different perspective on guys. They'll say this guy's good looking. We look at him. We got to be kidding. There's
Exactly.
something about that, really.
Like she always thought Dick Raditz was hot too.
Oh man, the monster.
All right, this week's winner.
Yeah.
Out of the Staten Island Joe bag is. Sorry, Staten Island Joe wins again.
Oh.
He's out. Sorry, Joe, you're out.
Going to get somebody else? Yeah.
Yeah, Staten Island's not going to win that.
course
He's too cheap. He charged me for the bag. Oh, good guy. Chris Rinaldi. Chris Rinaldi is this week's winner. Chris is I believe, one of the Tobacco Row guys.
Yeah.
So all of you guys on T Row, if you know Chris, somebody contact him. Chris, you have 1 week, no excuses. You have 1 week to get in touch with me. Email, text me, message me, whatever you can do. If we don't hear from you in a week, you're out. Hey, Rick, we got about a few minutes left. Real quickly,
Yeah.
Rico, this lockout is like embarrassing. Embarrassing. I mean, is it the players, is the owners, or is it both?
Both. It's both. Listen, I understand that they got to do this. You know what I mean? They got to negotiate, but they had so much time to be able to do it. Now, just to give you an idea, sure, the players are making a ton of money and they want more. Why? Well, the owners are making a ton of money. Now, NBC wants to do games for 150 million. I don't know, 30 games. Yeah, that's another deal. Plus all the rest. I mean, it's
you know what it is? It's sad though, Rico. It's sad because let me tell you something. I have tickets. Well, I had tickets for next week or the week after.
Spring training, right?
Sox Marlins, right down the street. That's not happening. But you know who's suffering, Rico? The vendors. The guys selling hot dogs. The guys selling hot dogs in the street. Those at Fenway Park, first 2 weeks, the sausage guy,
yeah, sure.
Guys like that are going to take a beating. So you have millionaires, you have millionaires fighting billionaires.
Right.
So who loses? The average fan. Very
you know
sad.
how much money they bring into when they have full spring training, how much they bring into these cities. Tampa just announced.
I didn't even think of that.
They said, well, the season, 83 million. Fort Myers has two teams, Red Sox and Twins. They bring in almost 70 some million. This is for 6 weeks. People come down, the restaurants, they spend money.
Unbelievable. It's really sad.
All the others as well.
Hey, listen, we got about a minute and a half left. I want to get your take on, I don't know if you read about, obviously in Boston, we lost probably, in my opinion, the greatest analyst that we've ever had, Jerry Remy. The late Jerry Remy passed away in October. What do you think of who they're going to have replacing him? Have you read about that, Rick?
No, I haven't. I'll tell you.
They're replacing him with Kevin Youkilis, Tony Maserati, which I find very surprising. Tony's a local sports talk host in Boston. And I can't remember who the third guy is.
Not Lou Maloney?
No, Kevin Millar.
Kevin Millar, he's good.
Kevin's good.
He's
Kevin's good. So they're gonna and obviously Eckersley, your buddy Eckersley will be there.
Oh,
too.
he's good. Yeah, he should.
Yeah, Eck does a good job.
good.
So they're really replacing Jerry with 3 guys, and Eck's gonna have his same whatever.
One of 3 guys, or all 3 are going to switch off?
No, they're gonna switch off.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna switch
All
off.
right.
So it's gonna be
All right.
interesting to see how Maserati does. All right, listen, we're just about out of time. Rico, have a great
Fun
week.
show. You too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for a bike ride now. I think I'm gonna go for a nice long
should
bike
go.
ride.
Well, yeah, I think you should do a real long bike ride. Go to Miami. No, listen, say hi to Ellen and you take it easy because you're getting older, You're not
I
a kid.
am. And listen, by the way, Rico and I will be back in the studio in about 4 or 5 weeks. We're looking forward to it. I love sitting next to you where I can get you in a headlock. You can give me noogies, stuff like that.
Well, the only thing is I might boycott, protest with those placards and stuff.
That's okay. You can do that. All right. With that being said, Rick, have a great week. Say hi to Elsie.
I want to
David.
unionize. I want to unionize the show.
David and Chrissy, great job as always. Into our
Finally.
viewers, listeners, you can listen to us everywhere now. Facebook, YouTube, Alexa, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio 980.
Great.
We're all over the place. With that
Great.
being said, we love you guys. As always, happy collecting.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.